Zombieland Double Tap. This is the sequel to Zombieland. I'm reviewing these movies for part of my Halloween series. Next week we'll be talking about something really cool. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. Everything I liked about the first Zombieland's here, which is that, I really enjoyed these characters like family dynamic throughout this whole movie. And, the comedic vibe of everything was fun. The zombies were cool. Though, I feel like this one is a little bit weaker, and I'll kind of get into my negatives. But I did really enjoy all the stuff in this movie with all the characters and stuff. And you can tell a lot, Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg and Emma Stone, all of them are doing a really good job of having this really fun camaraderie, energy there. But where I just had a problem with this movie was this one's longer than the first one, and it felt like every joke went on too long. And it really started when they picked up this character of Abigail. Or not Abigail, Madison. I don't know where I got Abigail. Anyways, they pick her up in this movie, and she leaves the movie at just the right point. You're like, goodbye. Then she comes back, and it's the same joke over and over and over. It's just not funny. It's really bad. Oh, she was living in a freezer. Haha, she's stupid. It just went on, and you're like, okay. Every joke was like that throughout this whole movie. They were staying in the White House for a good portion of this movie, just kind of chilling, right? And there's a lot of jokes about artifacts in the White House. There's a lot of jokes made about Elvis and whatever. Some of them were really, really funny, but at a certain point they got less funny. So I enjoyed this movie. I still had a good time, and I'd say if you really like the Zombieland, like the first one, you'll enjoy this movie too. Just probably just a little bit less. It's not a bad movie. I think it's still worth watching. I just wish it had been shorter, and they cut back on a little bit of the jokes. A lot of the jokes were really played out in this one. But yeah, I thought it was a very solid sequel that, I'm glad they made a sequel, because this did feel like a closing chapter for these characters. I feel like they could make another one. I really hope they don't. But if they do, I'll watch it, of course. But I just felt like this was good. This is a good capper to everything, and it was a fun movie.